Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to another Skyrim Creation Kit tutorial video. Today we're going to be working with weapon plaques and weapon racks, so that sounds so funny. But we're going to be able to put our own weapons in our player houses or wherever you want to put them, so we've got fully workable weapon racks. So to get started, obviously load up your Skyrim and update your SEM file and set as active your mod that you're editing if you are editing one. Otherwise you'll have a problem. Before I get started, I'm going to mention that some people like to just copy these from other cells in the game and just put them in their player home, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. You have a lot of problems. The only way to guarantee that these things work properly is to actually create them yourself and do all the link referencing yourself, and don't make a copy of any of them. You have to make them all individually. So, to get started, place weapon rack in the filter and click on all, and you'll end up with a nice list like this. So the odd one out there, as you can see, is a static item. That's the end cap. Those go on the ends of the weapon racks here. I'm not going to be bothering with those because it's just a test. What I recommend you do is turn on the lock to grid options so that these things go together nicely. I'll show you that in a moment. And what you're also going to need, apart from these in here, which is weapon rack mid and weapon rack plaque, you're going to obviously need those, and you're also going to need the activator player house for each of them. So if we just drag those in, put them there for a moment, and the one for the plaque, and if you just spin them round, and then you can see that they do actually lock together nicely. We're just going to pull them forward from each other a moment and get a nice view there. So first thing that you want to do is double click there on that activator, click link reference, double click in the box, select the reference as the wooden rack itself, and type in weapon rack trigger. Well, W rack trigger, but that's what it stands for. Click OK, OK again, and then we're just going to go the other way around. Click link reference on there, select the actual activator, put W rack A, and select it as activator. Click OK. So those two are actually now linked together, so we're just going to push that up to there, and then you could do the same with any others that you have. So you obviously just want to do the same here with these two. Pretty easy steps to do, really. Trigger and activator. Simple as that, and then put that to there. What you can do is you can put pre-placed weaponry on there. The way that we do that, we obviously we're going to want something like a sword. Don't select any static ones. It's going to cause a problem. They won't work, or they might work actually. It's a good point, but not what we want. And we're just going to go with a dwarven sword because it's the first thing I decided to grab. Sometime I don't think you have to do this, but it's good to like sort of place it roughly where it'd be on the rack. And you want to select the rack itself, link reference, and select the sword or whatever weapon you want on there. Leave the keyword. We don't need a keyword for this one. Click OK. And you can do the same for those ones. We're going to leave that. So before you obviously go in game, test it. Make sure you've locked these together. And then once you've done that, you can actually, that's when you can start moving things. A good little trick here is we can barely select the actual object itself here, so just tap M, make sure you've held down your control key and selected the actual activator, and then hold it down again, click on that, click M again to show markers, and then drag it to the wall, and that's a way of getting around that. It saves actually having to open them both up and copy all the actual positions over to get them to fit together. So obviously you can then do the same with that. Drag that toward the wall or wherever you want it. So I'll just go in game, I'll show you these weapon racks fully working, and that'll be it. Okay, so the first thing to mention, unfortunately, is I mucked something up. I selected the actual plaque and link reference to the weapon, the Dwarven weapon. You want to actually select the activator and the Dwarven weapon, I think, and that should fix that issue. We're just going to show that the weapon racks work by putting the sword on, taking that sword off, and then let's put the sword on this one. So that's a fully working plaque and rack. So that's how you set that up. Like I said, be sure to actually make all those separately, otherwise you're going to have problems. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you found the tutorial useful. Please leave comments. If you have any problems, then feel free to ask, and I will speak to you next time.